Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Shelf Comics for the week of January 17th, 2024. I'm Tommy, joined by Murphy.
Hello,
We're back with this week's top
Steeler.
5 comics of the week. They were last week's comics, now they're this week's comics. So we're here to talk about them on the eve of the end of the Steelers season.
Steelers are done.
RIP
Still,
Steelers.
still wearing it, reeling from the loss.
Never put it on.
Dude, that looked miserable. The
Yeah.
snow. I would do a lot for going to sports games, but I don't know about digging my own seat out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. I saw the pictures. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, they were paying people like $20 an hour to basically come dig out the seats for people.
I feel like stadiums that are that far north should be indoors.
Well, so I guess we were talking about this. I guess the Bills are talking about building a new stadium, but they can't make it a dome because they get so much snow that it might compromise the roof. Like so much snow packed on the roof, it might collapse. But I don't know. I'm not an architect.
Sounds like they need to find an architect that can design something that'll work.
Right?
But those are not what we're here to talk about this week. We're here to talk
We're
about
not here
comics.
about sports.
And to start this week, at number 5, we have Cable, number 1.
The future must not come to pass. As the signs are here, the neocracy is coming, and with it comes not only the end of mutant kind, but all of the humankind as well. As if rescuing young Nate from the ongoing threat of Orcus weren't enough, can Cable root out this growing threat and decimate it before the neocracy has a chance to take hold? But is he already too late to change the future? Don't miss out on Fabian Nicieza and Scott Eaton's explosive first issue of Cable. It's
Cable's
Cable.
always fun.
Cable's. It's always time traveling shenanigans is always a good time. And plus, I mean, they're tying it into the X-Men stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So, so it actually does. It's not like a little one-off series that doesn't have any impact.
No, will it go more than 12 issues though?
Probably not. Were you gonna say that time traveling comics are not always fun?
Yes.
Because they're
I
not.
was gonna say that, but I enjoy Cable for some whatever reason.
I feel like Cable does okay.
He
Cable
does,
does
yeah.
okay.
He's a man out of time, but it's not like constant time jumping. The constant time jumping is what bugs me. Man out of time is cool,
Yeah, yeah,
but
I
like
agree. The
extended amounts of time of being out of time, not jumping back and forth.
too much time.
Yeah. But moving on to our number 4 this week, we got another Marvel number 1. We got Jackpot number 1. Always bet on red and pick up Mary Jane's first solo story since her superhero debut as Jackpot. New York City is in chaos as the superpowered criminal gangs are at war, and it's all hands on deck. It's a baptism by fire, but come on, this is Mary Jane. What can't she handle?
First off, I will say I like this event. Gang War, it's pretty cool. It's all very like it's down to earth, New York,
Yeah.
criminals all fighting it out, and the superheroes trying to stop them. Uh, the one thing I'm confused about, like with this, and I'm cool with Mary Jane having superpowers. Good. She was already a badass. Like,
Sure.
give her powers now,
Why
whatever.
not? Yeah.
But like, they made it seem like her powers would like kill her quickly. Like if she rolls the like her slot machine and it comes up with three skulls, she'd like die. You know, and then all of a sudden that wasn't a problem anymore. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Does this go 12 issues?
No, no, this will be 5. I'd assume she gets her own one, like her
A
own
trade.
series.
A trade.
She'll get her own series after Gang War, but I think this specifically is like a Gang War title.
One shot. Okay.
Yeah, so probably not a one shot. I'd say probably till the end of the event, and then they'll figure out some way for her to have a ongoing
Because
series.
there isn't a next.
Oh, it's not a next? Well, yeah, then maybe it is one shot. But yeah, I'd assume that if this doesn't do it, then they'll have an ongoing sometime soon.
Yeah, maybe they're gauging
Unless
interest.
they're just they're like, here's one issue where it's just her with powers. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
And then they take them from her.
yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. Why not?
Pursuit was made by Black Cat, though. I mean, they've written it pretty well. I'm pretty pumped to see what happens. I'm just still confused about the powers themselves.
Fair, fair. But not to be as confused as our number three, the Colonized. Zombies versus
That,
aliens.
that's an image number one. I think it's our first of the year.
Oh, we need
I
to
don't
figure
think
out
we
that
did one.
soundboard.
Yeah, we still got New Year's resolutions starting
We have
real
all
slow.
year. We have all year.
We got all year. Where there's aliens, there's zombies. These otherworldly threats converge in the secluded Carbon Falls Collective. A second gen off the grinder, Huxley Robertson is dealing with both loss and the Elders' pushback against his plans for a fully sustainable town. Amidst those volatile circumstances, a vainglorious alien explorer inadvertently reanimates the town's dead. Add a rogue ATF agent into the mix, and let's just say this is a bad time for the sleepy town to be cut off from the outside world. I'm getting real like Attack from Mars
Yeah,
vibes off of the cover.
absolutely.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
know, I mean, it's got to be bad. I don't see how the town wins against aliens and zombies. How do you do it?
You don't. That's the fun
Yeah,
part. No,
right. No,
I
this
think this
one
looks fun.
seems like it'll just be fun. I've never read anything by the art or the writer either,
Mm.
so I'm trusting
Chris
Image knows
Ryle.
what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
It's 96 pages,
Yeah.
so seemingly
Oh,
it's got to be a one shot. Yeah, it's just a interesting
yeah.
9.99 book.
Yeah. He was credited in some old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I read that came out like 2016, 2015.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That run of
That's cool.
when they restarted and they were doing all those one shots with all the different characters,
Hmm.
like City Fall, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so I mean, it's a single issue too. That's cool. I'm down.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not our only image number one this week.
That's true.
We have Cobra Commander number one. Mini
We
series
got to have a
premiere.
separate soundboard for Skybound.
Skybound number one. Mini-series premiere, The Rise of Cobra begins here. In a world where the Cobra organization hasn't formed, one man's sinister plans to utilize the mysterious alien substance known as energon sends shockwaves across the globe. Who is Cobra Commander? Where does he come from? And what horrors is he planning to unleash that will rock the world and maybe the universe to its core? Red Hot writer Joshua Williamson with Superman and Duke. The artist, Andrea Milana, Impact Winter Rook, kick off the second of four action packed miniseries that will introduce the best and worst humanity has to offer in the Energon universe.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I haven't read the other GI Joe miniseries that started Duke, which is also Joshua Williamson. Um, but I've read all of Transformers and Void Rivals so far, which are like parts of this universe as well. And I mean, I'm pretty excited about it. Plus, I mean, I loved GI Joe as a kid watching the show and stuff. I never really got into the comics, so I like that this is kind of like it feels like a soft origin story
Yeah, I mean, this
because
is a
it's not the
hard
same or
relaunch. This is a hard
yeah, it's not
relaunch.
the
Yeah,
same origin
yeah,
story, but it is, it's gonna stick to it. I am wondering, like, also I feel like Cobra Commander is real badass.
sure. Yeah,
Like probably
yeah,
in the show they always kind of made him a little like, he was a villain in one of those old cartoons, a
Sure,
little
sure,
comical,
sure. Yeah, of
Skeletor
course, of
style.
course, of course, of course. It's of the
But
time.
like, I feel like in comic book form, it's gonna be super badass.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. But not to be outdone by our other number one. Number one.
The number one.
Avengers, Twilight, number one.
In a gleaming new world of prosperity, Captain America is no more, but Steve Rogers still exists, floating through an America where freedom is an illusion, where the Avengers are strangers, and his friends are long dead. But is the dream? How do you assemble Avengers in a world that doesn't want them? Plus, a behind the scenes look at the making of this issue. Zdarsky! Give more Zdarsky.
Marvel's
And
Zdarsky
it
again.
is I think this is interesting for me too, because like they did that Heroes Reborn event recently, which
Mm-hmm.
was kind of like the same idea. It was like a different Avengers
Yeah.
team. It was the Squadron Supreme, all that stuff. And they just kept the Avengers separated. But this feels like it's not Mephisto tricking everybody. It's like actually its own little Elseworlds universe.
So this is Elseworlds.
Uh,
It's not canon.
I'm pretty sure it's not canon. Which I mean gives Zdarsky the freedom to do so much crazy
That
stuff.
yeah, it's like seeing Tom Taylor let loose in Dark Knight. No, what do they call it? The medieval
Oh, Knights of Steel.
Knights of Steel. That's it.
Yeah. It looks like Spider-Man's dead, judging by the uh variants,
Yeah.
but also he's just on the ground being like held by Mary Jane. That doesn't mean he's dead.
Right. Right. He's also looming
But also,
over.
yeah. I mean, they can have so many different Avengers they can bring into this. I mean, I'm sure Zdarsky's gonna obviously go with the main ones, but I feel like he can do a lot with off, like B-listers and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's Zdarsky.
And yeah, dude, and then these Alex Ross covers, as much as there are like a lot of Alex Ross covers out there, these ones look real good. Did you
Yeah, I
look
wasn't a
at
fan of that.
two,
The
three, and four?
original.
See, I like issue four. It's got Thor on it.
Okay. Yeah, these are okay.
They're pretty covers.
Yeah, they
Uh,
are. They are. They are.
he does a lot of covers
He does a lot of
though.
covers. I think I just become numb to it. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's fair.
much more appreciate the Scotty Young one, where it's just Blade and he's all sparkly because it's Avengers Twilight.
See, that went right over
Sparkly
my head.
vampires Twilight.
Now I get it.
It's so good. It's so good.
It is good. But no, this one's gonna be fun. I mean, it's the
Absolutely.
Darsky, it's the Avengers.
Yeah.
Whatever. Take my money.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. Cool. Well, until some local comics book store takes your money next week, when we come back and tell you what our top 5 comics are for next week, because they will be this week's top 5 comics and not last week's top 5 comics, which were this week's top 5 comics. So until then, we'll catch you guys later.
See ya.